Hello my friends from YouTube. You guys, look what I have today. This is a request from Christine Spies. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Anyway, Christine, thank you so much for requesting this cute little zipper pouch box. I had a great time making it, and I put my label on it and everything, you guys. We got it right there. So it's a super quick, you guys, to make this little pouch, and it's very useful. So this can be used for so many things. You can put your rotary cutters in there when you're going to go travel. My husband is like, I want one, but not in pink. I want one so he can put his shaving things when we go in the RV. So he put all his stuff there, takes it to the RV, and from there he just brings the whole thing back home, and we all good to go. So it's a nice little gift also for, I don't know, anybody, you know, a guy. Of course you got to make it with men color, but this is, and it doesn't have to have two handles, it could have just one. It's a very useful zipper pouch box. So I like it very much, and I want to thank Christine for suggesting this tutorial, and I hope you like it, Christine. So let's get started. Before we start the tutorial, you guys, I wanted to show you how many things you can fit in this little bag. This is like so nice. I love it. So if you guys are gonna go on a retrieve, or you are going to take your travel and you need to pack all your stuff, and this measures like around 9.5 by kind of like 4.5 roughly, and is how deep it is around 6.5 to 6 inches. So I can put all these things, my essentials, in here. Going to try and do this quickly so that you see that it's a very useful little thing. Put this right here, and if you kind of like fix everything up, you can put so many things in there. I love it. I love this stuff, you guys. This in here. All your favorite tools you can put in there. Put all this stuff in here. Even your little thing for the water. And then a little ruler that you might need on the road. And finally this, you can roll it this way. And this is what we got from the Fat Quarter Shop. And that little iron, we got it from Pre-Cuts Quilt Box. You can put all that in there. And everything fits in there just fine. I had it a different way before, but everything fits in there. So there you have it. You can put everything in there. You're gonna love it. Little mat for the iron, stiletto, glue, seam ripper, favorite scissors, flatter to spray your fabric, thread, your favorite rotary cutter, your favorite marking tool. We got this from Fat Quarter Shop also. It's a magnifying glass with light, which is very useful. Little light to see little things in there, you guys. Put the light off. Bing! This came with this. I love these. This is the we got this in a subscription box from Pre-Cuts Quilt Box. Then you can put your little clips. This we got from one of the Coty boxes, Violet Craft. And your measuring tape, and of course your handy little tweezers. So that's what you can do. Oh, and this ruler that we got. I don't remember where we got that one. So you can put all these nice little things in your new little zipper pouch box. And that's it. Thank you so much for requesting this tutorial. I appreciate it. If you have any other tutorials that you would like for me to make, please put it in the comments below. So now we are going to get started. Alright you guys, so to make this pouch we're going to need 2 fat quarters, one for the outside, one for the inside. We're going to need the batting, and we are going to need a zipper. This one is 14-inch. So I'm going to cut the 3 inches that I need for those little tabs out of this fat quarter. And because I want this one to be the same size, I'm going to do the same thing to this one. They were 22 by 18, my fat quarters. So this one, not quite. So I'll just trim it a little bit over here. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to make the tabs out of this. And I might use this for something, who knows. So now that I have this trim, this is pretty much a rough size. It's not a perfect size, because I'm going to trim it after I quilt it. So now I get the inside of the bag, which is this one. Put it like that. Put the batting. Make sure that you have the correct size for the batting. It's so hard to tell. I don't even know if it matters. And then we put the outside of the bag. And you quilt whatever design you want on your quilt, on your little bag. So that's what I'm going to do now after I have my 3 layers together. Alright you guys, I basted my quilt with this spray. I already have that spray. I love this one because this one doesn't spray all over your room. I already have my thread here, which I'm going to show you how I'm doing this quilting. And I'm going to use my walking foot. But in the beginning, when I first got this machine, when I used to use the walking foot, it will pucker, like it will make like little pleats as I was doing the you know, the straight line. But later I found out, after I started reading my manual, which I should have read it before, and also you know, experience doing things, quilting over and over again, pretty much is how you learn the little tricks. This little knob is supposed to be over here in the front, which I'm going to show you a picture. It has this little gauge where it's got a little blue line, and when the little blue line is all the way to the bottom, it's squeezing the fabric really tight. But if you have it all the way to the back, to the top, it depends how thick your sandwich is. So if it's all the way to the top, it's like this. It's giving your sandwich a lot of room. When the little knob is all the way to the bottom, it's squeezing your sandwich a lot, and that's why you get the pleats. So if you're having that issue with this machine, that's what you need to do. Because there's a lot of people that talk about they don't want to use the walking foot because it gives them little pleats. You know, and it looks horrible when you do that. So just raise it up, and that way it's not going to have that. But anyway, I've already gone over that, you guys, so now we know how to prevent that. Let me turn it on because I have not even turned this on today. So I'm going to be doing them little lines. I'm going to go like this from the corner. Like I said, I already basted my sandwich, and I'm going to start quilting. And this is a bag that is very it's a request from one of the girls, one of the subscribers. Okay, so I have gotten my thread. My bobbin thread is already up. My stitch is like 2.5, and the teeth, the feed dogs, are up, sort of like in regular sewing. And then I cut the thread, and I have made a line, and then I'm just going to echo that line. I love this. Is so quick, and you can put, you know, your distance, it don't matter, whatever distance you like. This is like so quick. No stress, super nice, and you can stay sitting up, you know, straight. I showed this in when I was doing my placemat, and I really love the way this works. So now I'm going to go ahead and speed it up. Alright, you guys, I wanted to show you what it looks like after I have been quilting just for a few minutes, and it looks like that on the back. But I'm going to, this is like the inside of the pouch or the little bag. So now I'm going to do the same thing but this way, and I'm going to do little waves so it looks, I could leave it like this, but I just want to do it like the other way also, and it's going to make it look a little bit nicer. You know, like a little more work has been put into it. But I like, this is like so quick, you guys. Actually, I'm going to time it and see how long do I take quilting one side. So without stopping, of course. So I'll be back. Alright, you guys, so now I did the other direction of the quilting, and this is how it looks. I really like the way it turned out. Looks good on both sides. And I just trimmed the excess of the batting, but I'm going to go ahead and trim a little bit more because it's going to be the size of the zipper. And now I'm going to show you how to make the zipper panel really quick. So I ended up with 3 inches of these that I trimmed off the fat quarter. and I made it you know, made it straight, and now I'm going to cut it in the center because I'm going to attach these to the zipper. So I'm going to have like a skinny zipper panel. So that's what I'm doing with these two pieces. I do have a tutorial on how to make a zipper panel, so I'm going to put a link below so you can check it out if you don't know how to make a zipper panel. Alright, so if you don't have time to watch the zipper panel tutorial, what I have here is the zipper, and then I folded the 1/2 inch little piece of fabric. I folded it in half, and I'm going to sew it like this. That way it gives me a little bit more room. Let me open this zipper. It gives me a little bit more room when I'm attaching the zipper to the little pouch. We're going to put it like that. And we are going to, I'm going to put it on 2 so it won't be so big of a stitch. This is my quilting thread. I'm not supposed to be using this one for this that I'm doing, but I don't want to change it. So now I'm going to close my zipper. And I didn't trim my zipper or anything because I wanted it to be like super wide. And so you do this on both sides. You attach them both. So now I'm just going to go ahead and open it like this and do a little stitch up on the top like this. I'm not even going to press it or anything. Just gonna try to open it like really good. Stop, and then make sure it's really good open. Finger press it. And do the same thing to the other one. So now it looks like this. Now it's going to be easier to attach. So this is how this mini zipper panel looks. It looks good on the back too. And I have these two little tails that I'm going to use to put them around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim both of them. Get my scissors over here. So you trim right here, and then this we are going to sew it like right here. You can fold it like that, however you want, however you think it looks nice. But I'm gonna sew it there. Mine, I think I'm gonna do it like this. No, I'm gonna put it like this, and then I'm just gonna trim. That's the way I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to go ahead and place it like that. I'm going to do 2 stitches, one over here, and then I'm going to trim. So my zipper panel is complete. I actually went around like rectangular, and I'm done with it now. So now it's ready to be attached. It's going to be a lot easier to attach it. So now that my zipper panel is done, I'm going to go ahead and place it on my fat quarter, and I'm going to trim this way, the excess, because I want the pouch to be the size of this zipper. So I need to cut like about 2 inches of that size, so that's what I'm going to do. Cut about 2 inches. And now, and this is just waist. And I already made 2 straps that I'm going to put on the side of the little pouch. These are 1.5 inches, and then I just folded, I made a stitch and turned them. And by the way, this took me about 15 minutes to quilt. I did timed it, and it took me about 15 minutes one direction and like 15 minutes the other direction. So now I'm just going to attach this, and I'm going to put it face down, and I'm going to do it 1/4 inch. And at this point you can cut this in half if you want to make your life easier. I'm going to do it like that because I like the bottom not to have any stitches. So I'm going to do 1/4 inch now. Okay, so I'm going to stitch with the right size facing, and because we did this little panel, now it's easier to stitch it. And I'm not supposed to be using this thread, you guys. This is the thread for quilting, not for piecing. But that's what I'm using. Align it. So now I'm going to top stitch this little piece, and top stitching the other side is going to be difficult, but now I'm going to top stitch this one. And all I do is just press it open. I like to do it from this side for some reason. I feel like I have more control for some reason, you guys. You know, that's just in our mind probably. And I make sure that this part is facing this way. Facing the correct way. This is the hard part when we do the other side. Alright. So after you're done your top stitch, then we're going to go ahead and sew the other part. Let me zoom out a little bit. Then I just put it like this. Again, right sides together, and do 1/4 inch, or as close as you can. I do 1/4 inch, or at least, you know, as close as I can, 1/8. This way. Make sure that it's aligned over here and over here too. Right sides together. So the same thing we did on the other side is what we do over here. Now the top stitch is the tricky part over here, you guys. So for the top stitch, I'm going to go ahead and open the zipper, and I'm going to turn it. Actually, I'm not going to turn it. I'm going to try and do it from here. So I go and put it in here as close as I can to the edge and do my top stitch. It is so tricky, but it's, since this one is big, it's a big opening, it's not as bad. Just play with it until you get to where you want. And there. Go slower in the beginning because you want to make sure you stay straight. And this is folded the correct way that you want. And that's pretty much all there is to the top stitch. If you try to do this with a smaller bag, oh my god, it's a mission. But it's looking pretty good now. But you don't want to do the top stitch because if not it looks so weird. You want to make sure that it stays down with the top stitch. And I can feel it catching on that little lip. This one over here. So now when we get to the end, let's just play with it. Play with it, you guys. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Just get to that end right there. It's a little tricky, but it works. And we're going to be sewing there anyway. Get over here, bag. We got like 2 or 3 more stitches. There we go. All done. And that's how you do your top stitch. Get it out of the that's it. This one looks a little bit closer, but they're kind of like nobody's going to notice that. Now we are going to square it, make a box. So to find out where the center, because of course the zipper has to be in the center, you just get your fabric, this one's, and go all the way down and make a little cut right here, and that way, like I did here, right here, see, and then you are going to match those 2 little, you know, the center of this with the little snip that you did there. Match it like that, and you can put pins or clips. I got my clips over there, I gotta go get them. And you do the same thing on this side. Open your zipper because then you won't be able to turn it. Open the zipper and do the same thing on this side. Match your little ends and make sure, of course, that this is flush, that this is also matched. And I'm going to get my little clips and I'm going to hold it in place. Alright, you guys, so I have already put all my little clips. And now I'm going to sew my this part to about 1/4 of an inch. And if you have a serger, this is like the perfect opportunity to use it. And the back stitch, it's kind of roughly like a 1/4 of an inch, a little bit more. This machine can go through very thick fabric, you guys. I love it. I don't try to abuse it either, you know what I mean? So, all the way to the end. And I'm not going to backstitch because I'm going to cut those corners. And the same thing on this side. Actually, I'm not going to backstitch. Okay. A little bit over a 1/4 of an inch, just enough to catch the zipper tape. Like over here. All the way. And now we are going to box the corners. Alright, and I'm going to leave this on for now. So after you've sewn your 2 sides, then we are going to box these corners. And I'm going to do 2.5. I was going to do 2 inches, but I think I'm going to just do 2.5. Have a big old box. 2.5 right here. Get my marking tool, and you just do mark it at 2.5. I don't know, that's going to be big. I wonder how that's going to look. Can I wait? You might want to wait until I do it. Make sure that that's a good size for you. I'm going to mark here 2.5. And the same thing on the other side, which I have already marked at 2 inches, but I think it's too small. So I'm going to go for 2.5. And then we are going to go to the extremely scary moment, which is the time when we cut these. And oh my God, I hope that I'm not making it too big of a box. But I have another bag that I made a really wide box on the bottom, and I really like it. So maybe this one will be like that. So now I have my 2.5 inches on both sides, actually on all 4 sides, and now we are going to be terrified when we cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then we'll do the straps. So I already mentioned that these were 3 inch, and then I did 1/4 of an inch, and then it ended up being 1.5 inch. Wide, but I think I'm going to make it 10-inch long. How I came up with that is when I put my hand in here, it's going to be kind of like that. I want it to be kind of like this big. So 1/4 of an inch in. So I went over here and measured it, and it measured 9 inch. So I'm actually going to do 10 inch. So I'm going to cut this at 10 inch, and then I'm going to cut these. Alright, I've already cut this to 10 inch, and now I'm going to cut this, you guys. I am so scared. Here we go. Before that disappears, the ink. Oh my God, this is so scary. It's not even funny. Okay, to there. I want to try those Tim Holtz. See if they cut this. The ones we got from the 5/4 shop. Because I know these are really tough. See if it gets to that tip. Wow, you guys, this is amazing. These scissors. See, this is like really thick. So those other ones are not cutting it. I don't want to cut. All right, yay. Oh my God, I think I did too much. Well, we'll find out. You guys, these are so amazing. These scissors. Okay, let's go over there to the tip, come on. It's pretty thick. I thought this was just for like thin little paper. Look, it's going like, kind of gets a little, it's really thick right there. Alright, so I'm going to cut all 4 corners and I'll be back. Okay, I cut it. Cut it, you guys. I got my 4 little pieces over here. And now we are going to put this thing. We're going to do it like this. This is a big opening, but it's going to be a nice little box. I'm going to open it like that, you guys, like this. Make sure that it's open like that, and we're going to put this little thing. We're going to sew it like this. Put it in the center. Let me see where the center is over here so I can match it to this. So here's the center. Do a little snip over here so we can find it. And then match it with this. Right here. And then we are going to put this in here like that, and we are going to do a stitch right here. Alright, you guys, so after we have put the little strap in there, it looks like that, and we have put all the clips and everything. Of course, remember to open the zipper. So the stitch, I'm putting it towards the inside, because when I flip it, this is going to be, a smooth part is the one that is going to be in the outside. So make sure that it's straight in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this line that I have here roughly right there. Open it up. I have that little snip that I did there. That's the one I'm going to match right here. So we are going to make sure that everything is straight. Like that. So we're going to stitch. Move this a little bit more this way because it needs to be right in the center. Put a pin or one of these amazing clips. Right there. Clip it all the way through. And I like to put a clip right over here at the end, because that keeps this little tip from moving. So make it like you want it, and then put your little clip right here all the way back here. And I'm going to put another one here and here. That way it doesn't, it's not too it's not stressing this one over here. So now that we have, I cannot wait to see what this looks like. Alright, so now it's going to look like that, and I'm going to go ahead and sew here. You can do 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, whatever. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, the moment of truth. we are going to sew. I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to back stitch, of course. And my stitch length is a little over 2.5 in case I have to rip. Hopefully we won't have to. I'm going to try and open this right here. And because I'm gonna go a little bit, I'm gonna go over it so it can reinforce that. So this is what I didn't want. And we're gonna back stitch here. Now we're gonna do the other one. Oh my god, you guys. Same thing. Back stitch. I'm going to reinforce the handle. And on the other side, I'm going to put my label because I forgot to put it on here. I'm going to make sure that it looks good, and then I'll come over it and do another stitch, especially over the handle, because we're going to be grabbing it from there. All right. I'm scared to look. I'm scared. Actually, I'm not going to look right now. I'm going to do the other one and then I'll look. It looks pretty good so far. I'm going to go do the other one and then I'll show you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is how it looks after I did these handles, but I changed my mind about the handles. It's pretty nice, you guys. Ooh, I like it. But I changed my mind about the handles, so I'm going to take those apart. And remember the side of the fat quarter that I thought it was waist? Well, that's what I'm going to use as handles. So I'm going to bind the little piece over here on that side and on this side, and it looks like that. And I already put my little label on, you guys. So these are going to be the handles. So we're going to use the same technique to attach the handles, and I'll show you what it looks like with these handles. So look, you guys, this is how it looks with these big handles. It looks funny, but it's very useful. Just put it in like that, carry it, take it places, and it's useful for so many things. I'm so excited. I think it came out pretty good. I still have to finish, and see, it doesn't have a seam on the bottom, so, and I really like that. So I still have to like finish these parts over here. I'm gonna do my serger on it, and I'll show you that later on, you guys. But look, right now it's super amazing. I love it. I love these handles a lot better than the other ones. Super, look at that, you guys. It looks so nice. I love it. Oh, and look over here. Look right here. Camera, get over here on the right place, right there. See right here? That looks very well done. Very professional. Right there too. See the little thing. Very nice. It's got my name on it and everything. Loving it. Very nice, very nice. So pretty, you guys. Look at that. All right. So you guys, I use my serger to close this over here. But if you don't have a serger, you can just do a zigzag. That way it kind of encloses that. I did not do that over here because it's really difficult to get this part, but you can hand sew this. This is if you're gonna do like sell them or something. But pretty much it's very well finished, especially because it doesn't have any stitch on the bottom, so that makes it really nice. Usually that's what, you know, when you open it, that's what people see. They usually don't see this, you know, on the side and stuff like that. So it looks pretty nice everywhere, and I am extremely happy with it. I want to thank my subscriber that requested this bag, this little box tutorial, because this is a really nice little bag. Very useful, very useful, you guys. So here it is. See, when you open it, you don't look on the sides or anything like that. So when you open it, you don't have that seam in the center. I love that. So I rather struggle a little bit with the top stitch up here and have no seam on the bottom. So there it is. And that's it, you guys. I'm done with the zipper pouch box thing, and I love it. I think it turned out really nice. It was super easy to do. Really spacious in there. It's pretty big. And just put in the comments below what you think about it. You think it was easy to follow the tutorial? You think I explained everything that you needed to know in order to make this little pouch? And I just love it. I'm gonna make lots of them, especially for Christmas. So every time I have a chance that I'm not doing anything, which is rarely, I'll just make another one and leave it there, and that way, and when it's time for Christmas, I can just pack them and send them to wherever I'm going to send them, or give them away as gift. Pretty nice and very useful. So I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and do all the good stuff that you guys know that we YouTubers love, which is like, share, subscribe, and come on back. Bye.